I have to tell you, this is one of the most exciting times for district energy. And just the fact that you've seen the climb and attendance that Jim talked about just reflects on how important and exciting the industry is. And really that's my thesis, that right now is our time, right? And for many vectors are in our favor, and many key decisions are being made and will be made over the next little while, and it's for all of you to participate in that. In fact, my thesis is that this is our carpe diem. You know, this is our opportunity to seize the day. Yeah, I did bring out the Latin. If you identify yourself as a millennial, make some noise. Very good. So carpe diem, somewhere between YOLO and Hakuna Matata, all right? That's for you folks. But look, let's let's walk through the attributes of our industry and be very objective about it. You know, look, the United Nations is interested in this business, and they've took a very thoughtful look at the impact of district energy in cities globally, right? And how many times have we said it on this stage? The takeaways are 70% of the world's energy is consumed in cities. Almost half that energy is used for either heating or cooling, and one of the most effective ways to deal with climate change is through a district energy system. Those are powerful, powerful words. And we participate in an industry that addresses over half of the energy consumed in cities. And that includes the campuses that are part of those cities. So we play a really integral role in what is possible around the future of energy in terms of how it's generated and how it's consumed and whether it'll be sustainable. So it's a very important vector for us. You know, clearly, sustainability, roll the clock back 10 years, you would see the odd article in the paper. Today, in every news segment, there's an article, a topic around sustainability. And district energy really feeds into that, you know, in terms of not only how do we generate, how do we store, and how do we deliver energy, you know, our capability to take technologies like biomass, like waste from energy, like geothermal, deep lake water cooling, thermal batteries, how we consume carbon to create new supply chains. We're all involved in that. The ability to upcycle low-grade energy is our business in the sustainability space. And any technology is much more valuable in a district energy system than it ever is on its own. And look, sustainability doesn't just apply to energy. We don't talk a lot about water. Water conservation in a district energy system is much more effective than in individual buildings trying to cool or maintain water themselves. So we play very strong in the water conservation cycle. Another topic we don't talk about much, but you'll see this in the summer, is Legionella. And how often do we hear of unfortunate stories in major cities with major brands that aren't managing their cooling towers effectively? This is something that's just core to how we manage our district energy systems. 6,000 cases of Legionella in the US alone. 1 in 10 dies. I mean, this is a serious issue that, you know, transcends sustainability and all those other items that we just have to elevate in our conversation, but certainly something that district energy plays a role in. You know, one of the topics is around regulatory environment. The whole landscape is changing. Right or wrong, the conversations are happening. And district energy is in the middle of how will we generate and distribute energy. So we're in those conversations, and you know, there's quite a bit of lobbying happening around ensuring that the folks that are legislating are being thoughtful about how district energy is treated. And I've often argued that, you know, district energy is a real strong form of future-proofing. We know that there's innovation happening every day. There are new technologies coming out, and it'll be much more effective and easier to transition in a district energy system than trying to transform the entire built environment. It just never happens in the built environment. So clear opportunity in terms of future proofing. You know, resilience obviously is another vector, whether it's Katrina, Harvey, Sandy, ice storms. You know, these are all events that happen, but in behind it, the district energy system seems to be the most resilient and reliable form of energy. You know, for those of you that are attending the district energy tour on Friday with Enwave, you know, that cooling system survived Katrina. It worked as it was designed. In fact, FEMA used it as part of their headquarters in the recovery of the city of New Orleans. But my point here is that district energy really does play an important role in how we design the infrastructure and fuel switching for energy. Technology. Now, look, this is an area that we as an industry really need to embrace. You know, here Amazon connected 3 buildings and got so much press and recognition out of connecting 3 buildings, it's astounding. You know, we connect 800 buildings and never got anywhere near the press, right? But the message is Amazon is interested in what we're doing. You know, you have Google using AI to transform how data centers are being managed and getting significant energy reduction. You have Google's company called Sidewalk Labs looking at how does district energy fit in smart city, right? And look, you know, my view here is that these are not threats. You know, these are validation that district energy is an infrastructure that is important now and for the future when you've got these companies looking at it. And they look at district energy through the lens of information, of technology, of AI. You know, they're looking at these IoT devices, Internet of Things devices, you know, nothing bigger than these things. You know, with a battery, they last longer than a year. How do they integrate into a district energy system? I have 63 of these in my house alone, trying to figure out what they all do. You know, how do we integrate that information into our business? And the point here is that when we do figure it out, it'll be a stepstone, another leap in the value that district energy provides. And I'm convinced of that. But it's on our agenda to address as an industry. You know, one of the things I have a strong view on is we are terrific at managing district energy. You know, we do know district energy from the ground down. It's resilient, it's reliable, it's the thing that we go to market with. What we now need to start thinking about is how do we know our customers from the internet up, right? We have to really transform our thinking in terms of how to integrate those two things to really deliver the next piece of value. Somebody's going to figure it out. It's either be our industry or somebody else, but it's going to happen, right? And what's encouraging here is when you've got this kind of attendance, that the opportunity is in front of this group of folks to figure it out. It'll happen faster at the campus level. It'll happen faster when academia, operations, and end users collaborate. It'll happen faster when the institutions partner with private companies. And that's how we're going to really move district energy into the next phase and really seize that opportunity. So this is our time, and I encourage you all to carpe diem. Thank you.